Hey guys, it's Strawberry Bun here. So today I wanted to showcase my TOA Hard team, especially when it comes to the Lilith rotation. So this is the team that I use every time Lilith comes into the TOA Hard rotation, or otherwise known as the female boss. The main focus that I want to highlight here is Varus, the Dark Griffin, because the Dark Griffin is extremely good, especially with dealing with the boss's clones. And this, I just want to make a note that this is post Juno buff. So we are gonna see how I deal with the Junos after they recently got a buff as well, where they will heal their team if any of them would get a debuff. So what the main focus here is, we brought the Chasun in. So Chasun is gonna tank the Junos, while the Varus and the other units will do work on the animals. Okay, so what we want to do here is we want to focus down the animals. So I'm gonna use Hua. I'm going to use Hua and Varus to keep them in check. And basically it's just going to be focus fire from here. So you can see how useful Varus is, because he puts stuns on like the units, especially the units that I don't want them to move. So right now we're just going to focus on the animals, and then we're going to take down the Junos one by one. Okay, so you can see here that I'm going to put slow debuff on both the animals with my Hua. And with this, I'm just going to slowly focus them down with Veramos and with the rest of the team. So again, we're gonna use Varus to keep them stunned up, keep the animals stunned up. So you can see, like this team alone should be able to deal with all the stages, and it excels really well when it comes to the boss stage. Now I'll just keep going here, and then once I get rid of the animals, I'll show you how I bring down one of the Junos, and then we'll just skip to the second level. Okay, with Chasun here, Chasun's a really good healer, so she can keep everybody topped off. And there shouldn't be much of a threat, especially when it comes to the Junos, because she's going to tank the Junos like all day. So you can see here, I'm using my Vert to constantly hit the Junos, because of course my Vert's on 100% crit rate. And I want him to get the buff up on all the allies here. Okay, so we're going to just dot up this animal and we should be good. So I'm going to use the Varus to constantly put the animals down. You can see how useful the Varus is here, so that the animals can never get a turn. And with Hua, she's going to constantly push the bar back on all these units as well. So I'm going to just keep them with the attack buff going. I think that should be enough to kill the first animal, so she should die when she gets a turn in. So you can see, I'm just going to use Varus to finish off the other animals. And you can see, like, even without me hitting one of the Junos, like, one of the Junos is already going down. So right now, we should be able to get the Juno down here. I'm just going to use I'm just going to put a defense buff, a defense break on her. Okay, and we're left with 2 Junos, and it's clean up from here onwards. So I'm just going to skip ahead to the second level right now and show you how I deal with the Arias and the Varamos. Okay, so we are in stage 2 of the TOA Hard rotation this month, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus fire the Varamos first, and we slowly take out the Arias one by one right after. So same concept, except the Varamos is the target here. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to keep them stunned up with my Varus, but right now, because there's no Juno here, we can actually start using AoE stuns with Varamos. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna constantly keep them stunned up. Look at that. Look at how Varus excels in this TOA rotation. I'm just gonna push I'm gonna focus fire this Varamos here. And the good thing to note is that the Hua and the Chasun actually, the Chasun actually gives attack buff to your team, so they actually do a large amount of damage as well. And you will notice that Varus brings armor break and attack break, which is going to be really essential for the boss stage a bit later. I'm going to show you guys how useful it's going to be. So let's just continue focusing down this Varamos, and you can see like it's one Varamos down. So it's not a team that sort of AoEs the waves like most TOA hard teams strives to do. But this one here, it's going to take out the units one by one. So every time somebody gets a full attack bar, I'm just going to use Varus to... Okay, a bit unlucky there that we didn't get the stun off. But I'm just constantly going to focus the Varamos here. So I'm just going to top off the... I guess I just top off Vert here. Just want Chasun to get that attack bar so that way she can constantly keep the heals up. Okay, I'm just gonna stun up this Baramos so that he doesn't get the stun off on me. Again, we constantly focus down the Baramos. So what I'm gonna do is, again, I'm gonna finish off the Baramos. I'm gonna leave, once I get rid of one area, then I'll just skip onwards to the boss stage. So you can see how Varus really excels here. He sort of like brings the CC to the stages that we require. Because with Vert constantly pushing his attack bar up, Varus is always going to get a turn up. So he can keep most of the monsters on lockdown here. You can see. So just note that sometimes they do get resisted, of course. I mean, it is TOA where the monsters all have extremely high resistance. So again, we're gonna take out this area here. Okay, let's see if we can get a stun on this one. Very nice. Okay, and that's about it. So the rest is just clean up, and I'll just skip ahead to the boss stage. Okay, so we're at the boss stage right now. So I just want to note that this team is extremely effective against the boss stage. Like, it has never really failed me before. So I just want to show you guys how it's gonna work. So let's get the boss's incantations up. I believe, I don't know if it's called clones, I believe. So we're just gonna get the clones up. So just note that the boss has 3 colors. It's blue, green, and red. So right now, if the blue and the green are on the left and the right, that means the red is in the center. So the red is basically the counter attack boss. The blue is the one that has really the tough one, where it's what I call it the tough one, where it has really high defense, and the green one is the absorb attack bar one. So what we're gonna do here is the Varus is gonna keep the blue and the green one in check. So you can, okay, so first off, I'm gonna strive to land the attack break on the boss here. Okay, once the attack break is on the boss, her counter attacks are not gonna deal a lot more damage. Okay, so that way we can start focusing down the Vert. We can use the Vert to hit the boss directly. We don't want Vert to hit the green one because they're gonna absorb the attack bar, and we don't want Vert to hit the blue one because the blue one has a passive that sort of negates critical hits. So we just land a slow, see if we can land a slow on the boss. That failed there. Okay, we got the glancing on the boss, which is extremely good as well. And let's see if we can get a stun here. Okay, we got a stun on the blue one, that's really good. So now I want to keep the green one stunned up as well. Look at Varus is sort of like gives the so I want to avoid counter attack here so I can start hitting the green one. So you can see how Varus provides the CC that we need on this stage. So just note that you don't want to hit the green one until she's stunned up. Otherwise the green one is always going to absorb the attack bar. So I'm trying to land a slow debuff here. I'm going to use Baramos to start dotting up the blue one, because the blue one is the tougher of the two. Okay, so it's gonna take a bit more to bring down the blue one. So look at Varus bringing the armor break and attack break as well. It's extremely useful, especially landing those debuffs on the boss. So you can see here I've switched targets to the red one, and yeah, because like the green one now is up, so I don't want him to absorb my attack bar. Okay. So again, every time my Varamos has a turn, I'm going to try to dot up the blue one. I'm going to see if I can get the stun on the blue one here. We failed. Okay, hopefully we can get the stun up again. So I'm going to use Hua to see if I can push the bar down here for the blue one. I don't want the blue one to take a turn at all. I'm going to keep my Vert topped up so that nobody dies here. See if I can get a stun off. Okay, let's keep the dots on this. Okay, can we get a stun on the blue one? Okay, nice. Even if the blue one would have moved there, he most likely wouldn't have been able to one-shot one of my units. But yeah, we did that just for safety's sake. Okay, so right now I'm going to land the slow debuff, see if I can get the slow on the green one. We didn't get that. Again, we try to keep them stunned up. See, nice. Okay, so right now the green one is up, so I'll just use Vert to hit the... Oh, I just realized she doesn't have the attack, but she doesn't have attack break up at the moment. It's kind of risky to do this, but I'm still gonna do it because I think my Vert can take a couple of hits here. I'm gonna see if I can get a stun on the green one. Okay, I'm gonna put attack break on the boss again, so that way we can start hitting the boss with our Vert. See if we can get a stun on the green one. Very nice. Okay, so now he hurts a lot less. Let's see if we can get yeah, we can get a slow on this one. Just put more dots on this guy, and we'll just finish this one off. So I'm gonna keep Bird topped off here. So with Bird as well, like everybody's always gonna get a lot of turns in. So I'll show you guys my runes at the end of the video, and so that way I can show you guys as to the runes that are required. It's not really that high requirement. So my runes are I would say towards the end game part, but you don't really need extremely high rune requirements. But if your runes are not that great, you might need a bit more, you might need some good RNG when you land the Varus stance, so that you don't sort of like die at this stage. But if you have good enough runes, like this team is extremely reliable. Okay, so we're gonna see if we can get a stun on the blue one here. Very nice, we got the stun up. Let's see if we can get a attack break and an armor break there. Very nice again. Okay, so I'm just gonna use the Bird to constantly hit the red boss now. I'm gonna use Hua to put dots up on the blue one, so when the blue one moves, he's gonna be dead. I'm just see if I can get a stun off here. Okay, so using the Bird, I'm just gonna constantly hit the red boss, which is the main boss. And this amount of dots should finish off the blue boss. So I'm just gonna put in an auto here, and all of them are gonna focus fire the boss now. Hold on, I just want to get the attack break on the boss itself, just to be sure. Otherwise, you don't know what this team is gonna do. Okay, there we got the attack break on the boss. So we should be smooth sailing from here. I'm gonna keep Bird topped up, and I'm gonna put in an auto here. So once the clones are down, you can see it's gonna be really effective. Where everyone brings all the debuffs that you need, and Hua constantly pushes the bar down of the boss, so you can get a lot of turns here. With Chasun, with the Chasun and the attack buff, everybody's gonna do a lot of damage. So I'll just keep a hit here to until the boss splits up again. Okay, so it seems that the boss is not even gonna get a chance to split up again. So I'm just gonna start the video or continue the video off here, because I feel that these units are gonna have enough damage to bring down the boss before she even gets a second split off. So you can see how good the Hua synergy with the Bird synergy is here, along with the Varus. But the Chasun keeps us topped up, and the Varus is basically just there for additional support. Every time the boss lands sort of a debuff on us, so we don't want to get armor broken and get hit with a really painful hit. So with the Hua and the attack buff there, she hits extremely hard. You can see we actually managed to kill the boss off in the first rotation before she actually did a second split. So if you have weaker runes, it might take about 2 rotations to do this. But with Hua and Bird, like they should be able to push the boss down all the way to defeat the boss. So thank you guys again. So I'm gonna wrap up the video here. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. I hope this team sort of helps you with your TOA hard, especially when it comes to the Lilith rotation. Because like I know not everybody has a lot of net 5s, but some of you might have access to some of this net 4s and this Varus. And if you do have this, I strongly suggest to build this team itself, because the synergy in this team is really good. So I'll do another video next month for the male boss, and I'll show you other like unorthodox monsters I use in that rotation as well, where it's 100% success rate, where you're not gonna fail if you have this team specifically. So I almost forgot to show you guys the runes of the monsters that were used. So first monster was Bird. So this is my Bird. I believe I showed it in the previous video as well, where I use him for dragons. So he's on 100% crit rate, just the usual Bird build, Violent Revenge. Next up was Hua. So this is Hua stats. Basically my Hua is just a mixture of runes. She's in my R5 team as well. So I've just given her this specific rune set so that she has a bit of tanky stats to survive R5. And next up on the list, I believe it was Chasun. So my Chasun is just built like everyone else's Chasun. She has high resistance. I just use her for PvP some of the times to tank those pesky fire tanks. So she's on Violent Endure. Just the usual speed HP build. Next up is Varus. So just a standard support, Varus, violent, and Minds on Tolerance. Whatever offset you want, it's fine. You just want him to be slightly tanky and fast, and just move before your Vert so that way he can get the debuffs off and benefit from the bird. The main highlight here was Varus. So Varus is, I just gave him tanky stats. I gave him 100% crit rate. You want him on 100% crit rate because the first skill stuns every time he lands a critical hit. So you want him to have a bit of accuracy as well, because resistance checks actually comes into place. Like the monsters can resist the stun as you seen in the video. So these are the, so he is on violent focus. I put the focus there just for additional accuracy, and those are the runes that make up these stats. Okay, so thank you guys again for watching. Do leave a like if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!